Back in the old days, before streaming or the internet, there were only 4 channels on television. The 3 big network affiliates, ABC, NBC, and CBS, and usually there was a PBS station that operated locally. Not much variety there for sure, but if you don't know what you're missing, it was completely normal to only have limited choices, so most kids spent the majority of their time playing outdoors. Then, in 1972, something happened that changed television viewing forever. Home Box Office, or HBO, was the first paid channel to launch its network, and thus the rise of cable television emerged. Showtime would follow in 1976, followed by the Movie Channel and Cinemax. And in the last 45 years, this has changed and morphed into the streaming platforms we have today. When HBO first came out when I was a child, it was exciting. First of all, because there were no commercials to sit through, but also because all of the movies shown on the platform were beyond the normal television censor's grasp, which meant you could watch movies and shows as intended, with all of the swearing and lewd original content. I watched television a lot more after cable, as did most other people, and HBO was king for a very long time. Now, because of the nature that most movies have irregular lengths, there would often be gaps in between movies that needed to be filled so that they would all fit into the nice, neat half-hour or on-the-hour start times for programming. HBO filled these gaps with something called short takes, short films, both animated and live, that ranged from heartwarming to bizarre and macabre. HBO aired many different films, the most famous probably being Hardware Wars, the famous 1978 parody of Star Wars. But there was one more that always stuck out to me in my mind because it was both disturbing and fascinating at the same time. It was titled Recorded Live. Directed by S.S. Wilson and starring John Goodwin, it features a man going to a job interview that has been posted and falling into a trap from flesh-eating film reels that try to devour him. The protagonist is trapped in a room by the reels and finds that magnets repel them, so he begins to use a magnet to try and escape. In the end, the film reels burrow under the carpet to avoid detection and ambush the man, devouring him completely. They then go to the typewriter and post another job ad, presumably to repeat the process and lure another unsuspecting victim into its trap. S.S. Wilson, the writer, animator, and director of Recorded Live, went on to have a lucrative career writing for other movies, such as Short Circuit, Batteries Not Included, The Land Before Time, and the Tremors series, in which he also directed Tremors 2 and 4. I miss the time in history where there were a variety of short indie films that one could watch and experience. The imagination and diversity of those short films have given way to AI slop and assembly-line blockbuster movies that have become more and more tedious, unappealing, and loaded with ideological messaging. It's about time we brought back the simple films like Recorded Live to give us the creative meal we all hunger for.